Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to another Kiroha video lesson. In this lesson, we are going to move on to learn another interesting rules that have to do with our reading. Now, what is this rule that we are going to be learning? It is called the gunna. The gunna is a sound that comes out from the nose and is a natural property of some of the letters of the Arabic letters that we have learned. So we call it nasalization in English. So particularly, Gunna has a lot of branches, and then it's a rules that have to do with a lot of some other rules that we are going to learn in future. But in this lesson, we are only going to be focusing on this Gunna as it applies to a Meem and a Nuun that has Shadda. Okay, now fine, I said Shadda. Okay, so we are going to briefly be talking about Shadda because this rule has to do with the application of Shadda. Now, but briefly, what is gunna? So gunna is defined as a sound that comes out from the nose. It comes out from the nose, and this sound is a part of Meem and Nuun. So Meem and Nuun, aside from they coming out from the articulation point, they also have an additional sound, an additional property, which is a sound which is produced from the nose. It's produced entirely from the nose. So if you cover your nose, the sound will definitely not come out. So, and it is part of this Nuun and Meem. Only Nuun and Meem has this gunna sound. Now, I want to quickly make a quick, notice in this. Some people used to say that Ain as well, letter Ain as a gunna. And they try to call it like that as if it has a nasal sound, but it doesn't. It's a mispronunciation. Whenever you felt that you have this sound coming from your nose when you pronounce Ain Fatia, and then you are pronouncing wrongly. Such as people saying that A'udhu Billah, and you hear people say A'udhu Billah. So trying to put a kind of nasal sound in that Ain, which is wrong. So we'll look into that and then we'll try to correct that as well. So, but basically, Nun and Meem, that has a shadda, is what this rule applies to. Nun gunna applies to only Meem and Nun alone. Now let's briefly review what shadda is. We already know that shadda is a combination of two letters. When two letters come together, the first one is going to be having a sukun, and then the second one is going to be having an haraka, and we match them together to produce the shadda. So you produce it in such a way that it's going to sound like it has a double letter there, like robba. Now the same thing applies when a Nun and Meem has a shadda. So when these letters of Nun and Meem has a shadda on it, now it must be read with gunna and should not exceed through prolongation of haraka. Now, when a letter has a shadda, we try to pronounce it and in such a way that we lay a little bit emphasis on it to produce it, to make it reflect that it is two letters that is there. The same thing applies. There is no difference. When a Nun and Meem has a shadda as well, you produce it in such a way that it's going to reflect two letters. But now, because Nun and Meem now has a sound that is called gunna, this sound will now flow continuously. It flows continuously from the nose. Now, continuously, it's going to flow continuously from while you apply the shadda on the Nun and Meem. So this sound that comes out from the nose is this sound that they call gunna. So it's going to be now Eldma. Naturally, when you pronounce Meem or you pronounce Nun, this sound is part of it. But you will not really notice it because you are not really laying too much emphasis on it. But when it has a shadda, it's like the sound is now going to be doubled. So the sound that comes out from it is now going to be doubled. Then it now flows continuously. It flows continuously. So it's now going to give you like as if you are pronouncing it in two counts. You pronounce it double. So you extend that natural sound that is coming out from your nose. So take for example now, in, na, in, na. So you see this in, you feel like a sound is coming out from your nose. But when it now has a shadda, it's going to be called inna. Do you see that? That sound coming out from the nose is the sound of the gunna. So it is extended, it is flowing while you try to apply shadda to the nun. So also thumma. thumma, 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 lamma, lamma. Now, this for Meem, for Meem, if you pronounce it, you close the lips because that's the point that the Meem letter is coming out from. So the lips is going to be closed, and then you try to pronounce it with the shadda. So, but the gunna continuous comes out from the nose. So you see this flow. Meme, the letter meme is said as the shadda is coming out naturally, but because it has the gunna sound is also flowing in the skull. So it means you are producing two things, two sound, two different sound from two different places. Meme, nun. Now that has a shadda. So that's it about Nuun and Meem. That's shadda. So I'm going to look into more examples in order to practice this and understand this concept better.